What up? This is Robert Horry.
Three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Kick show number 2 in the ass this week. It is the shoot-around of Big Shot Bob. If you missed us on Tuesday, you missed a friend of the show. I'm now positioning him as friend of the show because he kissed Rob's ass at the end of the show. Mark Medina. Mark Medina works for Spectrum and the Sports Tribune and a number of other places, who has, by the way, great NBA stuff. He's always writing articles. He's always kind of dialed in on the latest stuff. So if you like some of the stuff we talk about, check out Mark's stuff. Thank you again to him. Shoot around this week. If you ever have a question for us, we are at Big Shot Bob Pod. Pretty much everywhere. Threads, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I mean, all pretty much everywhere you can find us posting stupid stuff. We try to be there. I did want to bring this up. I got a meme sent to me by Mr. Brandon Harper earlier this week.
Oh, yeah.
It's bouncing around on Twitter. I've seen it pop up a couple times too. And you're involved in this meme. I don't know if you've seen this.
I've seen it.
You have seen it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's you next to James Harden. And it said, what would you rather have? Okay. And it says Robert Horry. And I'm not putting your personal business out there. I don't mean to, but it's on this meme, so we're going to report it. It said career earnings 54 million. Won 7 rings, as we've talked about much on the show. Or James Harden, career earnings 300 million, 0 rings. And the debate was pretty freaking interesting, to say the very least.
It was, yeah.
Of all the debates that I saw. Now, obviously, it's hard to ask you whose career you'd rather have because one of them is yours. But, I guess my question would be, if you could trade a few of those rings for some extra money, do you want all the rings? Or what matters more to you when you played this game? Obviously, you got to win a lot of rings. But was it rings, or did you want to maybe trade? If you, say, you could live your career with 3 rings and maybe have made 150.
You know, the thing about it, I turned down a lot of money to go to Dallas and stay in San Antonio. So that's kind of answering that question right
Okay.
there. You know, I was all about winning. You know, if you look at what I made, which is not correct, I'm not going to say if it's lower or higher, but that is not what I made. And so, look, I'm living pretty damn good. My kids are, surviving off me. 300 million would make a big difference, but I'm very happy with my career because at the end of the day, it's about winning. And it's having 300 million make you smile a certain way, but winning 7 championships puts you in a whole nother category.
Yeah.
I thought that was I saw that.
What do you want, B? Do you want 7 rings, or do you want 300 large, 300 mil?
Now, if this is, and before there used to be me and Charles Barkley, and it was by far.
Is that what it was? Because the money wouldn't.
Charles,
but
it wasn't that much difference in the money.
The money's ridiculous, and I think that was sort of the point with Harden, whether your money was right or not, which it wasn't. But the point with Harden was, this dude is going to crouch in on making $500 million in his NBA playing career, which is just insane. But then you walk away from that with what to show for it besides all that money?
Yeah, I guess the way I look at it is, look, I'm all for Harden getting his money. That $300 million is a nice number.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll say to be able to have the balance of the both, I think Rob has a balance of the both. And 7 rings is not necessarily
That's an
balance.
abundance. Yeah, that's an abundance.
But you've been able to make some nice money in this league, more money than what any average person would ever be able to see. And you've been able to experience a lot of things and live a lifestyle that the average person can only wish of. So you've been able to have the balance of the two. So I like your career.
Yeah.
I get to win, and I got to make a nice little piece of money. It may not have been whatever number they had put on the paper, but I was able to get some money. It may not be 300 million, but I got money. And I won.
Winning championships also open up doors to other things.
That's what I was going to say,
people
too.
People don't understand, I saw where one guy's like, I'll take Robert Horry's career because I can take that 54 and flip it to 300 or whatever it may be.
Exactly.
And so there's a lot of things that you can do that most guys like, oh, you know, Hall of Fame career, 7-time champ. You got all these monikers you can throw. Even though I'm not a Hall of Famer, but it's what they can throw out there and what you can add to it that makes that 55, 54 grow.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Like, pay me the league minimum and give me 7 rings. I'll turn 7 rings into speaking engagements and appearances and all this other stuff. But I want to win. I want to be part of a winning team. I don't want to skate through a career and never win. Like, there's nothing more tumultuous from a fan's perspective of being a diehard fan of a team that just can't win. That never wins, that never has a championship to celebrate, that never got a ring. Like, that's turmoil. And I imagine as a player, it's got to be that much more. You're there to win. Yes, the payday is beautiful, but I will take the 7 rings over $300 million all the time.
And plus, your career got you a nickname that everybody knows and is familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting debate. It's funny. It is funny to watch people debate it on social.
Yeah.
And it's just always funny when
like, oh, I'm taking $300 million because I can buy all the rings I want with that $300 million.
yeah. Not one of which you freaking earned. Not one of which you earned. Freaking cheater. Like the people who cheated freaking bar night trivia. Okay, congratulations, you won because you cheated. Yeah, you get the hell out of here. I'll take it my own merit. Scott on Twitter sent us this one. Did you see that Phillip Rivers and his wife Tiffany are now expecting their 10th baby? They have 10 children. My wife and I, this is from Phillip, my wife and I have a standing argument about how many kids is too many kids. My argument is anything more than 3. If you have 4 kids, you have too many kids. What is the number for you to say someone has too many kids?
I think it's about how much you can afford. If Rivers can, afford 10 kids. That's what, $20 million? That's what I'm saying, $2 million per kid.
Well, and you have help. Like you have nannies and stuff to help you. So
support system.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's all on you. I don't want to limit anybody to how many kids they want to have. So it's on you. You want to have 3, 4, 5, 6 if you can afford it, and you're not being a menace to society or living off society, as I said. So have as many kids if you want.
Yeah, that's true. And it all depends on how far your money can stretch, obviously, because we know I don't have no kids, but I do know that children are expensive, and they're getting more expensive as time goes on because inflation is crazy.
And feeding all those mouths, oh my God.
But
and here's the thing, and Phillip Rivers kids are probably going to private schools, so that's even more fucking money.
Right, yeah.
But I will say this, though. Outside of the money and the lifestyle, I still wonder how taxing that is mentally and emotionally, because those are still your kids, and you still have to deal with them when it comes to other things outside of spending the money.
Well, and you can't be at every recital, and you can't be at every ball game, and you can't be at every class event or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Like, you miss a ton of that stuff with 10 kids.
And it's tiring because you deal with this problem over here that this kid is having. These 2 kids over here fighting all the time. You got to break that up. The oldest one is having problems at school with boys, or if it's a guy having problems at school with girls, and they don't want to talk. It's the emotional stuff that you probably got to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and that's tiring. You can't. There's no money that you can use to pay for getting through stuff like that.
Yeah, and have to explain stuff like, right now at Harvard West, like they've had a couple suicides.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Man, yeah.
Talk to your kids and worry about their mental health and stuff like that. There's so many things that go on to have kids. And I have a friend, I'm not going to call him out, but he said, I don't want to have no kids because I don't have to worry about them each and every day when they walk out that door. He said, I'm already gray. I'll be either no hair or extra gray. And it is because you worry about your kids each and every day they walk out that door because, there's a lot of cuckoos out there.
Yes, there are.
Yeah. And so I say that to say he got way too many kids.
Yeah.
He got a starting 5 and a bit. Like you said, the Lakers won't even run a 10-man rotation.
No.
Hey, he's a quarterback, so he has a whole team now.
He sure does. He sure does. He's got receivers, tight ends. He teaches those little girls to block up front. Come on. Hit your brother in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like, get in there. Throw an elbow. I've always been kind of like, look, I have 3 stepsons. I have 1 daughter. When there were 4 kids living in my house, I was ready to jump out a window. Like, and there were no our windows were nailed shut. Because I was like, there are too many kids in this house.
Yeah.
There are just too many kids in this house. So I'm with him on the line of 3, for like day-to-day folks. Like 3 kids, okay, cool. Even with 3, you're kind of outnumbered because there's only 2 adults in the house. Once you go beyond 3, now you're playing a zone defense, and things are tough. All right, this question comes to us from Kevin. I saw that Doc Rivers still has no idea if he wants to coach again or not. This actually came from TMZ. TMZ got him out on the street. They asked him what he was doing. He said, right now I'm just enjoying life. He's also been bandied about as a possible color guy for ESPN. Not colored guy, color guy for ESPN to sit with Mike Breen and Susie Cole. I had to clarify because I thought I jobbed that one. Do you guys think, and does Rob think, that Doc deserves another coaching job? Or should he retire and go do play-by-play?
You know, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Doc as a person, as a coach, but I think once you get fired 3 times, you should never have a head coaching job again. Just because there's so many other guys out there that should get a chance to show you what they can do. Now, Doc should be able to, become an assistant and help these other young coaches that are on the uprise, help them down that path to show them what they should and should not do. But I don't think he should be a head coach again just because, I think that's not just Doc, every coach. 3 strikes and you're out. Get some more turnover because especially when guys are now, they're like, when's the last time you won a championship? And it's just one of those things mental. You got to play the mental game, especially with these players at this day and age.
He's going to get another job. He's going to get another job.
He's going to get another job?
I don't know when. I don't know with who. But at the least, you're going to definitely hear his name mentioned as one of the top candidates for a head coaching job in the NBA again. I firmly believe that.
You just said the same thing about Mark Jackson. He ain't got one yet.
No, but I think the difference will, and that's a crime. That's and we still I still think that is a crime against humanity that Mark Jackson has not even gotten considered for another head coaching gig, let alone actually get one. Now, but I think with him, they think it's that Golden State thing. I don't know if he rubbed some people the wrong way and that permeated throughout the league, which is why a lot of people aren't high. Or maybe he just don't want to coach again.
Yeah. I'm just sick of these damn owners keep hiring these fucking guards as fucking coaches. Stop hiring fucking guards as coaches. Look around the league. It's all fucking guards that are head coaches now. I'm sick of this shit. Small forwards are the smartest fucking players to play in this damn game. There should be more small forwards as fucking coaches, like Monty Williams. That's what you got to do. Highest paid coach in the league. Show you right there.
Hey, Rob, you know what that is, right? That he's vying to put his name into a head coaching hat.
That was a resume.
That's all that is. That was a resume.
Yeah, that was a resume. That's what that was. Yeah.
That's all.
How smart I am. Yeah.
That was a selfish plug.
No. Kidd and Steve Kerr kiss my ass. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, and the fake big shot up there in Portland too. Add him to that list.
No.
All right. Did you see? This didn't come up in the Tuesday show. Steph Curry playing in the American Century Championship tournament on Saturday, playing golf.
Yeah.
Hit a freaking hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Hit a freaking hole-in-one. Yeah,
and he won it.
Yeah,
and
he won the tournament. All right, here's the call of Steph Curry's hole-in-one.
It's obvious he can really play.
Boy, this is right at it if it gets there. How about that?
And he ran straight down the fairway, full speed, too, after it. My question is, for starters, is there anything Steph Curry isn't good at? Jesus.
I know,
freaking
right?
Unbelievable. If you could do anything in sports, any major accomplishment in sports, whether you could do it or not, what would you want to do?
Grand Slam.
Grand freaking slam.
I would want to hit a grand slam because I'm a big baseball fan. So I think grand slam, and it have to be off someone like the Rocket or Nolan Ryan or someone like that. Someone of these elite pitchers or that whole pitching staff from Atlanta at that one time when they was killing everybody. Just a grand slam.
Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. You want to hit a grand slam off of all 3 of them. All three of them. Bam, bam, 3 times through the order. Let's go. All right, B, is there something you'd love to do in sports even if you can't physically do it?
Yeah, I'd love to throw multiple touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah. I love to, obviously I'm not healthy enough to do it right now, but I love to throw the football around. And I would love to just throw like a bomb, 40, 50-yard pass, a couple of them in the Super Bowl.
Well, to reiterate the very first thing Rob ever said to me is, damn, you're short. I'd love to just dunk on somebody at some point in my life. Short people are obsessed with wanting to dunk on people because we can't do it. I'll dunk on Shaq. No, man. You can eat it, bud. I'll Chris Dudley his ass. I'll dunk on him and shove him to the ground. Take that. That's for white people everywhere. That's what that's for. All right. Question from Steven on Facebook. Yo, Rob, are you down with these all-you-can-eat buffets? I love them. My girl thinks they're nasty. Some of them are nasty, but, man, I could go in on some Golden Corral. So the question is, are you down for this all-you-can-eat buffets, Rob?
When I was in
random
college,
ass question, but I love it.
Golden Corral was our spot, man. In the summertime, we didn't have no money. We would go in there at 3 o'clock after we finished working out, and we would leave till like 9 o'clock because we would just be eating and sitting there and talking.
They hated us.
At this day and age with COVID and how I sat and watched parents who don't, watch their kids and kids put their hands and stuff. Even parents will do it. So no, it's just people are just too damn nasty and disrespectful of other people eating at these buffets now that I can't do it. Right. I don't want nobody breathing on my food.
Pre-pandemic, yes.
Yeah.
Post-pandemic, no. It's just I can't.
The pandemic opened your eyes to the fact that people are disgusting.
But no, I've always known people were disgusting. That ain't gonna never change.
Look where you work. We're in a building full of disgusting people.
We'd be here all day talking about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess when you see all the food that you like, oh, all you can eat, food looks great. Let me just go. But now it's just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. That's why some of these restaurants have closed down. Mm-hmm. There ain't a whole lot of Golden Corrals out there now.
Sizzlers.
Sizzlers.
And a lot of that is due to a lot of people's fear, since the pandemic. They don't want a lot of people hovering over their food either. Okay. And so,
While I appreciate both of your points, I think you're wrong. Here's why. I don't think it's a pre-pandemic, post-pandemic thing. Mm-hmm. I think it's an age thing. When you're young and you have no money,
that's true.
All you can eat buffet is like we used to have Old Country Buffet up in the Northeast. Mm-hmm. We would kill at the Old Country Buffet when we were in high school. I am 45. You could not push me into a parking lot near an Old Country Buffet. Not ever going to happen because now I know how disgusting people are. When you're a kid, you don't care, and that stuff doesn't go into your head. You're indestructible.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. It's a certain hotel in Vegas, the M Hotel. Okay. Their buffet is fucking amazing. So if I stay at the M Hotel, I'm eating that buffet because that shit is good. Dude, now, that's the only place I will eat the buffet.
When we went to Vegas for Shaq's thing, Harp and I went down, and we got the buffet one morning at, I think we were at the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. It was, loaded. And it was really good, but it sure was expensive. It was like $45 each.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
To go eat at the
when
buffet.
All you can eat omelets. You make the omelet right there.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I cleaned up. I was like, forget it. I'm going to spend $45. I'm going to eat my $45.
Yeah.
That's how I
worth
feel,
a buffet.
too.
I'll get me some lobster tails and some, forget it, dude.
Hey, I better have bottomless mimosas, too.
Mimosas, bring them around. Let's go. I'm getting sloppy at breakfast.
Or something.
Sloppy. Carlos Alcaraz, I think is his name.
Yeah, Alcaraz.
Yeah. Took down Novak Djokovic to win Wimbledon. 4 hours and 43 minutes final match. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Young kid, too, in his early 20s. Djokovic hadn't been beaten at center court at Wimbledon since 2016. With that,
that's crazy.
Who's your favorite underdog story or underdog winner of all time? Like an underdog that you were just like, man, oh, how did that happen?
I think Buster Douglas.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Because if you would have brought his name up before he knocked out Mike Tyson,
you'd be like, huh? Who's
nobody
that?
would have ever heard of him.
Yeah, think about him though. He just came out. He had a lot going on. He wasn't even. I don't think he didn't even make weight at first or something like that, right? It was just a lot of shit going on with him mentally and physically. And think about it, Mike Tyson was, he was indestructible,
unstoppable.
Yeah, so I think that
Buster
one.
Douglas is a really good one. I always think of Rudy, the movie Rudy. Just the kid with the walk-on and just, I mean, it was a movie, but still.
Right.
Just a story of a kid who wanted nothing more in his life than to play football at Notre Dame and
Bobby
did
Boucher.
everything possible to make it happen.
Who, Bobby Boucher?
Bobby Boucher. Your medulla oblongata.
I'm going to go up. Well, I guess they can be considered an underdog because they were expected to be very bad. I'm going to say the Indians in Major League.
That's a good one.
They came into the season.
And they won the division.
Yeah, they won the
the
division.
movies, man.
Yeah.
Well, because real life underdog stories never really come to fruition. The best I had was last year when FAU got to the Final Four. Like, I mean, forget it. That was like, I mean, you're talking about a program that plays in a high school gym.
Yeah.
I mean, that was big.
Or what was the year that the Warriors upset the number 1 seed Mavericks with Baron Davis?
Oh my God.
But to me, they didn't ultimately win a championship.
No,
with
but
that.
but they were underdogs in that series.
Yeah.
Like, nobody
Spurs have done
expected
that
it.
twice, though.
You said what?
That's happened to the Spurs twice, where 8 seed has beat them.
Yeah.
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 You know what? Memphis did it to them once, and Golden State did it to them once.
Yeah.
All right, last question. The Major League Baseball trade deadline is coming up on August 1st. And of all the names that are being bounced around, for some reason, Shohei Ohtani's name is out there as the Angels may trade him before the deadline. Now, I get it. He's going to be a free agent this offseason.
Right.
So the question is, do you trade him and get something for him now? Or do you get into the free agency battle in the offseason and spend a king's ransom to try and re-sign him? I do anything possible to keep him in an Angels uniform, even if it means giving him the biggest contract in the history of pro sports.
Which he's going to get.
Which he will get. And
Anywhere he
probably
goes.
from like the freaking Yankees or something. But the point is, I do anything possible to keep him. He is as much of a phenom face of Major League Baseball as Ronald Acuna Jr. is in the National League. I mean, guys that... So the question is there a player in any sport right now, NBA, obviously we can think of probably a handful, that you do not trade no matter what? Like, you do anything possible to keep that player on your team.
Oh, this is easy for me.
Go ahead.
Who?
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Well, for the Braves, 100%.
The Braves, the day that the Braves trade Ronald Acuna Jr. is the day that there's going to be some smoke in the battery. And it ain't
It's
because
gonna be
somebody done
ugly.
set some food on fire.
No, it's going to be ugly.
It's going to be ugly. That's all I got to say.
Rob.
To me, I don't think there is nobody that's untouchable. I thought this guy would be, because the shit he can do.
He's
It's
like
just
it's like a
fucking
movie.
amazing.
It's not
He
even
is
real life.
He's cheat code. When you talk about players in this throughout all sports that are cheat codes, this is the only guy that's really a cheat code.
Right.
You know, because he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, man. So I don't know anybody else that's a cheat code other than this guy.
You can't pull one player out of the NBA that should not be traded under any circumstances.
Oh, that's easy,
If
too.
you're a franchise, because I could pull a handfall.
Well, I'm telling you, but they
Steph
can always-
Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's a warrior till the
No,
day
that's not the only one.
you put him in the ground.
Giannis.
Giannis.
Giannis,
Yeah.
for sure. Same
Hey,
thing.
but
Milwaukee
see,
wouldn't survive.
I think Giannis would. He would want to leave. Steph would never want to leave. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm looking at it in that sense. I think Giannis will leave. Steph would never leave. He's a warrior for life, regardless. We talk about LeBron playing until he's 40. If Steph wants to, he can be 65 years old and they'll still
Coming
have
off the
him at
bench,
that
and he'll still hit a three when you need him.
Yeah,
You know, he'll still hit a three when you need him.
But I think for me, just like him and Steph are the only untouchable players in the league, because you know when he's done it 4 or 5 times championship there. Giannis has only did it once.
Yeah, I
So
think Steph's
he's
won
touchable.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Giannis ain't done.
No.
So, you know.
No.
I
would throw.
but he gonna be done.
I would tell you what. I would even throw Jason Tatum into this conversation. I don't know if you're the Celtics, you ever want to move on from Jason Tatum.
Well, hey, if he don't win, you will. That's the thing. You got to win.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
beloved in the city, unbelievable, unmatched talent. I don't know, but then again,
What about is there anybody in football?
in football,
No.
see, I used to think that there was no way that the Patriots would ever move on from Tom Brady.
I did.
Just because he's Tom freaking Brady, and I don't like the guy outside of the fact that I respect him. He's the best quarterback that's ever played professional football. I just figured they'll give him whatever he wants to stay to finish his career a Patriot and ride off into the sunset. I never thought that would happen.
You would have thought that about Aaron Rodgers.
I would have thought the same thing
Packer.
about Aaron Rodgers. You don't do anything to let him leave Green Bay. But Aaron left because he was unhappy, not because the team, you know what I mean? So at some point you're going to have disagreements with management that, may drive those
But
guys.
Tom was unhappy too. I think him and Bill's relationship was fractured just a little bit.
Yeah, I
to
guess.
where it was kind of like,
But
hey,
still,
you know,
the guy won you, 5, 6 titles
Yeah.
in New Orleans. How do you let him leave?
yeah.
So, Rob, can you think anybody in football that you would never move on from?
Oh, I got another one.
Oh,
Probably like out here with the Rams.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron
Yep,
Donald.
that's the
Aaron
one.
Donald's a good
That's
one.
the one.
He's a good one.
That's the
Hey,
only person.
The
'cause
day
he-
that they trade him, I'm going to bring some smoke to the city out of LA. I'm going to get on the flight.
Hey, but you know what? Patrick.
Oh, Mahomes.
Mahomes. Yeah, no, you're right. Kansas City
Can't go
cannot
anywhere.
move on from Patrick
Talk
Mahomes.
about the league flipping upside down.
Oh, my God. It would be like Shohei Ohtani. The free agency madness that would happen in a scramble to try and get Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
would be, insurmountable.
There's no way in the world Travis Kelce lets that happen.
No.
He is going. If I'm going, I'm going too. I'm going wherever you. So you might as well go eat a package deal.
Yeah.
And Andy
so
Reid
true.
right behind him with a bottle of barbecue sauce. Let's go. That's right. Run it out of there together.